Hey guys, meteorologist Robert Speta here with you today on the 25th of February 2015, bringing you the weekend outlook for Japan and for those of you heading out to the slopes this coming weekend. And the good news this coming weekend, it is much better than what it has been the last several weekends. I know it's been a little bit rough across much of Japan, and that's reflected in the snow depth, at least at this time. Some areas well below average. Over towards Minakami, some pretty decent snow on the ground, about 170 centimeters. Over towards Nozawa Onsen, well below average for this time of year, about 80 centimeter base. That actually might be reflected to later on in the season, and we're talking about mid-March if the season ends a little bit early for some of you in the lower elevations. Higher elevations, though, still it's below average, and I think the forecast, I'll get to in a second, might help out as we head into the latter part of February into early March, because we actually have some cold weather expected out here in a typical winter weather pattern. Back towards the north, though, you don't really have to worry about that too much. Yes, below average, but still, if we're talking about global snowfall, let's say you're living in the Rockies or east coast of the U.S. or down towards Australia, 265 centimeter of natural snow base is nothing to complain about, and you've really been seeing some fresh snowfall out here. And heading through the weekend, for those of you heading out towards Otaru and around the Kyoto region, actually going to be some pretty decent snow. What we have going on is these northwesterly winds, nothing too potent, nothing too intense. We don't have a really big storm system this coming weekend, but we have high pressure down towards the south, and that is just circulating those northwesterly winds through. So even as we head into Saturday morning, it kind of drifts right over Japan. Still some of those areas off towards the north, still have those westerly winds, and when we talk about that, cold air moving over the Sea of Japan, of course, as you know, sea effect snowfall. And that's going to be one of the big topics out here. Also, we have another low developing back here towards the west. So for those of you in central Japan, Saturday morning, probably bluebird out there. You're not going to see too much. But once this low starts to track from the west towards the east, that is going to be creating some precipitation, some instability. So by Saturday night, central Japan's even going to be getting on some snowfall heading into Sunday morning. So some good news if you really do want it out there before this starts to move on and continues to develop up. So let's take a look at the forecast, though, across many of these areas. As far as the 72-hour snowfall outlook, really you're going to be seeing plenty of it out here towards parts of Hokuriku, around Hakubo, extending over towards Nagano and Niigata. The heavier stuff remains into Tohoku. That's including those of you into Zao Onsen, also over towards Amori Prefecture. I know some of you are watching from there just outside of the Misao area. You're going to be getting pretty decent snowfall this coming weekend, especially with that low pressure area I mentioned that's kind of skirt off towards the north. As far as the 3-day outlook, though, for those of you heading out towards Minakami, gonna be a great time there. Actually, Snow Splash going on this coming weekend. We're gonna have a music festival there up into the mountains, and a few really great DJs playing, including one of my personal favorites, Tweezer. It's a Weezer cover band. You may have heard them before. Maybe I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo, kind of some information about them. Tons of fun with those guys. As far as Friday, though, we're going to be seeing some on and off snow showers, about 3 to 5 centimeters. This is what I'm talking about, though. Nothing dumping over the weekend, especially in central areas of Honshu, but it's persistent. And compared to the last several weekends, the temperature remains below freezing, and that's exactly what we want out here. Also, here as we head through Saturday, right around 0 degrees, -7 for the wind chill, and also extending over towards Sunday as well. We're going to be seeing that snowfall, but on and off, increasing into the evening, and then by afternoon, snow will be picking back up once again there on Sunday. For those of you heading towards Hokkaido, though, there's nothing to worry about as far as the snow is concerned for you. Yeah, that's where you want to go. Friday, we're going to be seeing about 8 to 13 centimeters, 10 to 20 on Saturday with that low coming through. It is going to be dumping, so fantastic news for you. And on Sunday, about 5 to 10, probably in the morning hours, becoming bluebird by the afternoon. So if you are flying back from Hokkaido, you don't have to worry about any delays at the airport, so that's some good news. This is one of the big things, though. For now, it is a problem, but it's really going to be a big issue in the next week. The avalanche advisories from JMA. Now, next week, we're actually going to be seeing a little bit above average temperatures, and then it'll cool back off again. But whenever you talk about that, following some decent snow, we're talking about avalanche advisories. That's going to be one of the big issues, especially over towards Hokkaido, where there's a lot of snow on the ground, and we're getting into that avalanche time of year. So something to keep in mind if you are heading out there this coming weekend, but especially into next week. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is a very quick update, trying not to keep it lengthy so you get all the information in a short amount of time. If you want to go head out to the mountains for a pretty cheap and decent time, more than a decent, it's tons of fun, check out TokyoSnowClub.com. As I mentioned, this coming weekend, heading to Minakami, also over towards Kiroro, but there's plenty of trips there throughout the month of March. Plus some of my favorites, Hokkaido, and also the Shigakogen Beer Festival. You do want to check that out. I know I am wearing a suit today. I just got home from work. If you want to check me out at NHK World, please do. I am on there Monday through Friday. I just got home and I already had this made up, so I felt like just jumping right into it. You might see I still actually have makeup on. So, yeah. All right, guys. Have fun this coming week and stay safe out there.